And back at the Barnett Center at Northern State University, it is the Class B state semifinals as we just wrapped up watching the finish to the Castlewood-Lyman game with Castlewood a huge victory, nearly a 30-point victory as Castlewood is headed back to the state championship that will be played tomorrow. They'll await the winner of our upcoming game now between the Freeman Flyers and the Wall Eagles. Winner to the state championship game, loser headed to the third place game. Big thank you to all of our Freeman sponsors who allow us to be a part of these games. They include Merchant State Bank, Rural Manufacturing, Freeman Shopping Center, Freeman Lumber, Golden West Telecommunications, Core Trust Bank, Vermeer, CHS Agronomy, Hoots Bar and Grill, and Yankton Thrive, as well as a thank you to South Dakota Public Broadcasting for allowing us to do a video broadcast for all Freeman and Viborg Hurley games. For complete coverage, updated scores, and photos of the high school basketball championships, visit sdpb.org/basketball. All the games will be broadcast live on SDPB 1, 2, and 3 TV. For updated content, check out SDPB Sports on social media. For the Freeman Flyers, they come off a victory last night over the number 7-seeded Sully Butte Chargers, and Freeman won that one 63-55. And then after that, the number 3 and 6 teams battled it out with De Smet falling to Wall 60-57. The consolation side is set up for tomorrow, and halfway for tomorrow on the championship side of the bracket is set up. Tomorrow on the consolation side in the championship game will be number 3 and 4 seeds Aberdeen Christian and De Smet. That game's at 12:45. And before that, the 7th and 8th place game with the number 1 seeded Viborg Hurley Cougars and the number 7 Sully Buttes Chargers. We'll have broadcast coverage of that Viborg Hurley game, and at 11 is when that is set to get started. We'll be live around 10:50 here on 5 Star, streaming on YouTube and Fox Sports Radio 101.5 AM 1570. For the Freeman Flyers, again last in action against Sully Buttes just yesterday. And here are your final game stats from that one. Luke Miller in that had 10 points, 2 rebounds, and an assist. Luke Peters with 7 points, 2 rebounds, and 3 assists. Oliver Waltner with 3 rebounds and an assist. David Walter with 15 points, 7 rebounds, and 4 assists, and really played well late in the game. Tate Sorensen had 8 points, 10 rebounds, and an assist, those 10 rebounds leading his team. Brody Sorensen did get in, didn't record a stat. Taden Kerrigan had an excellent game for the sophomore guard, 17 points, 6 rebounds, 3 assists, but he did foul out. Taylor Goodwin ended the game without recording a stat, but did play 7 minutes, and then Tannen Auk in that one, 6 points off the bench. For the Flyers, they just played overall very well. They came out of the gates extremely well and put up over 20 points in the first quarter. Offense slowed down a little bit, but still it didn't matter as they took down Sully Buttes 63-55. Thanks for tuning in tonight. I'm Zach Spear alongside Nathan Delaney. And Nathan, what are you looking to see in this one here tonight?
If you're the Flyers, you got to do something similar to what you did last time. First quarter of their game yesterday, they scored 24. And at that point, they could pretty much cruise the rest of the game. If you can put up 24 again, you're going to be looking good at halftime.
And for Freeman, should they win in this one, they will be headed to the state championship game tomorrow against the Castlewood Warriors. And I tell you what, Castlewood looked awfully good here in their game against Lyman, winning by nearly 30. And that's a Lyman team that took out the Viborg Hurley Cougars as the number 1 seed in the state tournament just yesterday. So Castlewood is looking every last bit of a state championship team, which they will play in tomorrow. Coming up, it's the Freeman Flyers and the and the Wall Eagles. Freeman 22-2 at this point in the year. Wall is 20-4. We'll step aside for a moment. When we return, our pregame continues here on 5 Star, streaming on YouTube and Fox Sports Radio.
You'll find Merchant State Bank with locations in Freeman, Hurley, Viborg, and Irene. They offer big bank products with small town service to meet your financial needs and promote economic growth and stability within the communities they call home. Go to msb-sd.com to browse their website. Merchant State Bank, your hometown banks since 1899. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Rural Manufacturing Company of Freeman is this area's distributor of PWA poly bulk storage bins that come in several sizes from 1 to 18 ton. PWA bins are very moisture-proof, non-corrosive, and extremely durable, offering a 7-year warranty. Being able to see into the bin gives you the security of a visual feed level. If you have an acreage, check out our pale fill options to feed your animals. Rural Manufacturing of Freeman offers setup and delivery and a variety of accessories to complete your bin. PWA bins are in stock and on display at Rural Manufacturing, or call 605-925-7135 for more details.
Want your party to be a hoot? Then have it at Hoots Bar in Freeman, where they are always looking for a great group to party with. The staff at Hoots says stop in and try the selection of beers on tap or use the easy drive-up window for off sale. But the Hoots team would rather see you join them inside. Hoots Bar in Freeman offers darts, lottery, and golf. You can also relax with your cocktail in the outdoor beer garden. Hungry? Order up a delicious Hoots Bar Pizza. Fun, friendly, helpful staff is waiting for you at Hoots Bar in Freeman. See you at Hoots.
This is your invitation to thrive in Yankton, South Dakota. Nestled on the bluffs of the Missouri River, plenty of outdoor adventures are waiting. Whether you work remote or in a traditional office, we have a spot for you. Quality health care, diverse manufacturing, progressive school system, Mount Marty University, and so much more. Explore with family and friends. Let's thrive together.
When it comes to sports teams and players, they can do more when they have the best equipment. This also applies to manufacturing and agriculture. For 75 years, Vermeer Manufacturing has been equipping the world to do more. Vermeer is growing and is looking to fill positions in production. If you're looking, Vermeer is hiring and offering a great starting wage, great benefits, and a great workplace. Start your career with Vermeer, a proud sponsor of the Freeman students. CHS Farmers Agronomy is a leading ag company based in Freeman and Parkston that offers a wide range of agronomy services, including crop protection, crop nutrients, and seed products. Energy solutions provided are propane, refined fuels, and lubricants, as well as animal nutrition and equipment services. CHS Farmers Alliance Agronomy offers comprehensive solutions for farmers, including cash bids, future trading, and grain contracts. Download the MyCHS app to stay up to date on important info. CHS Farmers Allegiance Agronomy in Freeman and Parkston is a proud sponsor of this sports broadcast.
And back onto the floor where both teams are currently warming up. The number 2 seeded Freeman Flyers against the number 6 seeded Wall Eagles. And the winner of this one will take on the number 5 Castlewood Warriors in the state championship tomorrow night, as it has pretty much been a tournament of parity where more often than not the lower seed has actually won the game over the higher seed. The Freeman Flyers in day one were the lone higher seed to actually win their game, and they look to continue that here today. It was a big game for Taden Kerrigan last night as he had a team high 17. David Walter did his thing. He was one we expected to do his thing, and maybe not the numbers that he always puts up, but certainly when that fourth quarter came down to it, he was crucial to the success of his team. As a quick recap on the Class B state tournament, in day one, number 8 seeded Lyman defeated number 1 seeded Viborg Hurley 49-44. Castlewood defeated Aberdeen Christian in a tight one, 53-50. And then Freeman, we saw the Flyers defeating Sully Butte 63-55. And in the final game last night, Wall defeated DeSmet in a nail-biter 60-57, your final score. Then earlier today on the consolation side of the bracket, number 1 seeded Viborg Hurley Cougars falling to Aberdeen Christian. The final score 52-49. We were broadcasting that, and that was an exciting one. Viborg Hurley got a shot up in time for a chance to tie it and just couldn't quite get it to drop. And then after that, DeSmet defeated Sully Buttes 50-43. So again, your 7th place game tomorrow will be Viborg Hurley against Sully Buttes, and the consolation championship Aberdeen Christian against DeSmet. In a game that just wrapped up moments ago, the number 5 seed Castlewood easily took care of business over the number 8 seeded Lyman Raiders, 56-28. They doubled up their points and won by 28 points, which finds Castlewood headed to the state championship tomorrow night, trying to repeat as champions, and that leaves Lyman in the 3rd place game. Both teams will have to wait and see who they match up against after this one, as it was set to tip off about 4 minutes ago. Running a little behind, but that's no worries because state tournament basketball is exciting. And where else would you want to be on a Friday night but calling some basketball here on the floor at the Barnett Center in Aberdeen, South Dakota? It's the Class B state tournament. Nathan, we've seen exciting games. We've seen teams bring it down to the wire, and wouldn't expect anything less here in this one. Wall defeated DeSmet. Freeman defeated Sully Buttes. What are you looking to see? What players, I should say, are you looking to see make big impacts in this one?
First for the Wall Eagles, obviously number 1, Keelan Kerstad. He dropped 31 points last night, had over half of his team's points, and shot over 50%. He's an efficient scorer, and he leads the team. Freeman has to figure out a way to slow him down, even putting 2-3 guys on him to try to contain him today. For the Flyers, they're kind of the opposite. They can contribute a little bit from everyone else. We saw a big night out of some players, but they got 5 different guys who can have a day.
And one I would kind of like to see is of, the man on the squad, David Walter. I'd love to see a big game from him to really start cementing that legacy. He's only a sophomore, and this is the 2nd state tournament he's now gotten to play on with the Freeman Flyers as a varsity player, and he did play in the games last year. So just an impressive career so far for David Walter, and certainly will be keeping an eye on it. And on top of that, you've got a couple more sophomores that have started along with Taden Kerrigan and Luke Miller. This very well could be a very good team for a long time to come. We'll step aside again. When we return, it will be your starting lineups and tip-off. This is Freeman Flyer basketball on the way here on 5 Star, streaming on YouTube and Fox Sports Radio 101.5 AM 1570.
1, 2, 3.
We reach across distances so vast. Sometimes they seem impossible, but they're not. And every day we get up and do it all over again. Because we all know that nothing matters more than coming together. Wherever, whenever, however. Connecting you to what matters most. To learn more, visit goldenwest.com/whenever.
Rewarding you for doing everyday things, like buying gas, shopping, and dining local. Does your bank do that? If you're a Core Trust customer, your bank does that. When you open a premium or preferred checking account and meet requirements, you get access to Core Trust perks powered by Bazing, an exclusive network offering 300,000 plus deals and discounts on dining, shopping, travel, fuel, and more. Visit us online, in person, or by phone. Terms and conditions apply. Member FDIC.
Freeman Lumber is a proud sponsor of this sports broadcast and wants you to know that they are very proud of their staff who will assist you with friendly and courteous service. Stop by Freeman Lumber at 104 Main in Freeman and let them help you with your building needs, whether it is fencing, windows, siding, roofs, and remodels, or new builds, or just your everyday lumber needs. Stop in and deal with someone you know and can trust. That's the folks at Freeman Lumber Co. in Freeman, South Dakota.
The Freeman Shopping Center and Ace Hardware are your one-stop shop in Freeman, South Dakota, where you can literally shop for soup to nuts and everything in between. Freeman Shopping Center is your full-service grocery store with an Ace Hardware as well as the Heritage Pharmacy for all your prescriptions, over-the-counter health needs, and routine immunizations. Need it delivered? Delivery service is available. Freeman Shopping Center and Ace Hardware, along with Heritage Pharmacy, are proud sponsors of this sports broadcast. Best of luck to all area teams.
And back to the floor, the teams have finished up with their warm-ups. The Freeman Flyers in their white jersey and shorts trimmed out in burgundy. On the opposite side of them and standing between them and a chance for the state championship, the Wall Eagles, wearing their blue jersey and shorts trimmed out in white. Entering this game, the Freeman Flyers scoring 65 points per game and giving up 46 points per game. For the Wall Eagles, they score 74 points per game, but they do allow 50 points per game. But that is an average point differential of almost 24 points per game from them. Just an impressive team in the Wall Eagles, and they might be a 6 seed, but they certainly are more than capable of making a push and finding themselves into the state championship. It is now time for your starting lineups here on the floor, as we will start with the lower seeded number 6 Wall Eagles. 20-4, they entered the tournament at 19-4 and find themselves with a victory here in the state semifinals against the Freeman Flyers. A senior forward at 6 feet 3 inches tall, it's number 0, Emmett Dinger. A senior guard forward combo at 6'4", number 1, Dawson Hancock. Senior guard at 6 feet tall, it is number 2, Jace Moore. Number 5, the junior guard, 6'3", Teelan Kerstad, coming off that 30-point game. And to round off the Eagles starting lineup, senior forward at 6 feet tall, number 21, it is Trevor Schultz. Again, the Eagles putting up 74 points per game and allowing 50.5. On to the opposite side for the number 2 seeded Freeman Flyers, now 22-2 on the season after a victory last night. The sophomore guard, 6 feet tall, a huge game, 17 points last night. Number 11, it's Taden Kerrigan. Sophomore guard at 6 feet 1 inches tall, number 20, Luke Miller. Senior guard, 5'11", number 22, Luke Peters. Sophomore guard at 6'5" tall, number 35, it is David Walter. And to round off the Flyers starting lineup, senior forward at 6 feet 2 inches tall, number 42, it's Tate Sorensen. Again, the Flyers 65 points per game and allowing 46 per game. For them, the point differential throughout the season is just shy of 20. And these are two teams who are going to be fighting hard to try and make it to the state championship game on the floor here, as tip-off is just moments away on the floor. Again, the Wall Eagles will be in their blue jersey and shorts trimmed out in white. Opposite of them, the Freeman Flyers, white jersey and shorts trimmed out in burgundy. I'm Zach Spear alongside Nathan Delaney, and it has just been a blast getting to call state games here at the Barnett Center this weekend. And we've still got tonight and 2 games tomorrow. Appreciate you tuning in on 5 Star streaming on YouTube and Fox Sports Radio. If you want to be notified every time we're live with Freeman or Viborg Hurley games throughout this weekend, hit the subscribe button for 5 Star streaming. Otherwise, we have upcoming our South Central League baseball that you might be interested in, as well as just various area game coverage throughout different sporting seasons. The teams have been announced on the floor, will now huddle up and get in their final words with each other before game time here. Wall is on the floor, and the Flyers go to the sticky pad on the next to the scorer's table as it is time for basketball. David Walter will be jumping against Dawson Hancock here. Dawson with a 6'4" stature against David Walter's 6'5" height. Both teams on the floor, and it is game time here in Aberdeen, South Dakota, with the official meeting in the center circle. The whistle has been blown, the ball is put in the air, and David Walter will take the tip for his team. The Flyers move it right to left as you watch it on 5 Star streaming on YouTube. Driving, and the first shot attempt drops, and is good for the senior guard, Luke Peters. On the opposite side, Wall moves it quickly down the floor as they move it left to right. Flyers up 2-0, 20 seconds into this one. Jace Moore with it, crosses the court, now up top. Dinger back to Moore. Now it's on the near side corner. They keep it beyond the perimeter. Losing his balance is Emmett Dinger, and the ball is taken away there by Luke Peters, and he's called for a travel as he just couldn't quite bring in the basketball.
This Wall team trying to turn it into a track meet early, not scared to run up and down the court after makes and misses.
And you'd think after a hard-fought game last night, maybe they'd be a little not quite as energetic. But that's the thing with these type of games. It doesn't matter. You've got so much adrenaline. And as Nathan just said, moving the ball quickly down the floor. Eagles back on offense looking for their first score of the night. Jace Moore into the hands of Thielen Kerstad. Kerstad tries to bring it into the lane, swings it out, three-point attempt. Trevor Schultz misses it all. David Walter, the rebound. We are officially 1 minute in, 31 minutes to go. Tate Sorensen gets it in the post, spins, goes up strong with it, but left it short. Eagles again pacing it way down the floor. It goes out of bounds, and last touched by the Freeman Flyers. It will be Wall basketball. You can tell the intensity is dialed up even just a little bit from last night to tonight, as a hand on it is Luke Peters. Couldn't get the steal, but just making things uncomfortable for the Eagles. Driving with it, Jace Moore got cut off. He then dumps it off, and it's into the hands here of Kerstad. Now beyond the perimeter, driving with it through the defenders. No good on the attempt, Dawson Hancock. Freeman with the lone 2 points of the game. 6:15 to go, and falling to the floor there, Luke Peters. It ends up in the hands of David Walter, who just goes right up with it. Peters is slow to get up, ball bounces around, and Wall back to offense. With it is Jace Moore. Now Trevor Schultz wants to try his luck driving, dumps it off into the hands. Jace Moore steps it back for the three, no. David Walter, again a strong rebounder for his team. He's pulling him in with ease to start this one. Floater up and scored for Taden Kerrigan. Freeman leads it 4-0. Ball is knocked free, but a late whistle. It goes against Freeman. Luke Peters on the call. On the foul, I should say. And the Eagles will keep possession of the basketball. 5:40 to go in our first quarter. It is 4-0. Freeman the early lead. Up top, it moves to Jace Moore. Hands it off and pump faking that three. Thielen Kerstad instead steps it back for a deep two. Fight for the rebound. It's a jump ball, and Wall keeps it here on this end of the floor. Kerstad the inbound for Wall and lofts it up top to Trevor Schultz. 32 seconds and a fresh shot clock here for the Eagles. Time to set up an offense that has yet to score over 2.5 minutes into this one. They decide to fire another triple off the back iron. It bounces. Ball is on the hardwood. Fight for the rebound. Peters gets a hand on it, and another jump ball as Peters and Thielen Kerstad fighting for it. Every possession means so much in this one. Luke Miller now to inbound it here for Freeman. And the Flyers take over. 4-0 they lead. 3 minutes into this one. Have not given up a point defensively. Ball poked free. Emmett Dinger's going to have an open layup. And look, as he puts too much on it. It might be basket interference on David Walter, who slapped the backboard. They did award the 2 points, and that will be how the Eagles score their first of the game. So 4-2. A low-scoring one to get us started here tonight in the second night of Class B action. David Walters, slow and hesitating, drives with it, and he's fouled. Is it on the floor or a shooting foul? They will say he's shooting 2 free throws here.
It's kind of funny. We've only seen 2 points from this Wall team as they put up one of the higher point totals in day one, got up to 60.
And right now only 2 as Freeman leads by 2. It's 4-2. 4:45 to play as we reach our first media timeout. When we return, some discussion going on right now if David Walters got free throws or an inbound for the Flyers.
You'll find Merchant State Bank with locations in Freeman, Hurley, Viborg, and Irene. They offer big bank products with small town service to meet your financial needs and promote economic growth and stability within the communities they call home. Go to msb-sd.com to browse their website. Merchant State Bank, your hometown banks since 1899. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
And they have officially decided it will be free throws for David Walter, as it was a nice move, that hesitation just to freeze up the defender a little and then to drive to the hoop. And instead of letting him get the two, they're going to send him to the line to earn it, and he gets the first one to fall through. So David Walter, his first score of the night, comes at the free throw line. 3 Flyers have already scored here in this one. As we kind of mentioned, they've got a lot of players who can do some damage. Second one up and in, and Freeman with the 6-2 lead. The Eagles push it down the floor. Getting trapped here, and a fight for the basketball stays with Wall, with younger Amiot now in, and driving, dishing it here. It's out to Dawson Hancock. Hands it off, Emmett Dinger, the college level 3, nothing but net. Emmett Dinger brings his team within 1. That is the first field goal we've seen fall for the Eagles, as the first one was interference, and Luke Peters, another travel. That will turn it over here for the Flyers, whose floor is made up of Taden Kerrigan, Taylor Goodwin, Luke Peters, David Walter, and Luke Miller. Oliver Waltner in. Driving, scoring, and the first lead for Wall of the game. Dawson Hancock scores at a timeout for Coach Friesen of the Flyers. It's a 30-second timeout. When we return, it's 7-6. The Eagles, their first lead of this one with 4 minutes to play in our first.
Rural Manufacturing Company of Freeman is this area's distributor of PWA poly bulk storage bins that come in several sizes from 1 to 18 ton. PWA bins are very moisture-proof, non-corrosive, and extremely durable, offering a 7-year warranty. Being able to see into the bin gives you the security of a visual feed level. If you have an acreage, check out our pale fill options to feed your animals. Rural Manufacturing of Freeman offers setup and delivery and a variety of accessories to complete your bin. PWA bins are in stock and on display at Rural Manufacturing, or call 605-925-7135 for more details.
To Hancock.
4:01 to play here in our first quarter. It's 7-6. The Wall Eagles, their first lead of the game, currently on top of the Freeman Flyers. Luke Miller to inbound, and it's a 5-second violation. We've seen a couple of those at this tournament, Nathan. It's a call you hardly ever see, but we get one here, and Freeman turns it over. So the Eagles with the basketball and the lead. Kerstad kicks it out. Now it's into the corner, up top, back to Thielen Kerstad. He'll try his luck from range. Off target it goes, and into the hands of Luke Miller. The Flyers, who did not give up any points in the first 3 minutes, in the following minute and a half now have given up 7. Luke Miller gives it up to Kerrigan, Kerrigan moves it towards the top. Now it's to the hands of Peters. They work it down low. A strong move and driving. Oliver Waltner goes up with it. Fouled on the jumper. I think it's on younger Amiot of the Eagles. Waltner headed to the charity stripe, a chance to tie and take the lead. First free throw falls, and we are knotted up yet again. That's probably something we're going to be saying a lot here in the game tonight. And for the lead here, Oliver Waltner at the line. A second, no good, offensive rebound. Luke Peters takes a dribble, goes up strong and scores it. 9-7 your score. The Flyers back on top. Luke Peters full court pressure against the Eagles. Ball's tipped out. Last touch by Freeman. It stays on this side of the floor. I like that from Luke Peters, down low. Take your one dribble, go up strong. Once you get in that post, there's not a better look you're going to get as a timeout called on the floor here, and that one called by Coach Ryan Kerstad of the Wall Eagles. Both coaches have now used a timeout, both with 4 remaining here on the floor.
Want your party to be a hoot? Then have it at Hoots Bar in Freeman, where they are always looking for a great group to party with. The staff at Hoots says stop in and try the selection of beers on tap or use the easy drive-up window for off sale. But the Hoots team would rather see you join them inside. Hoots Bar in Freeman offers darts, lottery, and golf. You can also relax with your cocktail in the outdoor beer garden. Hungry? Order up a delicious Hoots Bar Pizza. Fun, friendly, helpful staff is waiting for you at Hoots Bar in Freeman. See you at Hoots.
And back on the floor, 3:14 to play in our first quarter. Freeman leads this one 9-7. It is Wall basketball, and they currently lead here. Rising up, getting that, and a nice feed shot denied out of the hands of Carter Sundel. And the next attempt also no good. Under 3 to go in the first quarter. David Walter drives with it, finds some spacing, left it just a little short on the scoop. Up ahead, the Eagles want to move it quickly and was just going out of bounds. Thielen Kerstad just had to save it and put it right into the hands of Tate Sorensen of the Flyers. Freeman with possession here. David Walter has it. Driving with it, trying to go baseline, gets stopped. Now Tate Sorensen spots up the elbow J, and to the right side of the rim it bounces. A lob up ahead and up and in for 2, Dawson Hancock. Dawson Hancock, his second bucket of the game. He's up to 4. He and Emmett Dinger with all 9 of their teams. Sorensen pump fakes it into the lane, kicks it out. A good look from 3. It switches its way in. Taylor Goodwin, and up ahead moving Wall super quick. Thielen Kerstad just simply outran everyone on Freeman. Scores it, brings his team back within 1. It's 12-11, under 2 minutes to play in the first quarter. David Walter with it for the Flyers. They've got the lead and he's fouled. On the foul, Dawson Hancock, as he will pick up his first personal in the game. Walter back to the free throw line. First one drops and it scores. David Walter, all 3 of his points right now at the stripe. Well, that's what happens when you're a player at his level. Defenders are pretty worried about you, and you got to try and stop him somehow, and you get a little physical sometimes. So Walter, on his 4th attempt, it swishes in, and he remains perfect at the line here. The Wall Eagles with it. Jace Moore moves it down the floor. A back and forth pass, and Moore now to Sundel. Thielen Kerstad looking for his second bucket, coming off a fast break as he goes up, and what a swift move to get by the defender in the post. It's no doubt he can go off, as we saw him go off for 30 points just last night. Walter dishes it out. The three-pointer here for Freeman, nothing but net. 10 and out, gets in on the fun. 17-13, the Flyers in the lead with 70 seconds to play in the first quarter. Now the Eagles want to drive with it, passes tip, but stays here. Moving baseline, a good feed, no good on the attempt as it bounces to the hands of Kerrigan. Kerrigan for the Flyers, 2 points, coming off a 17-point performance. A sophomore, he wants to drive with it, has some spacing, gets by the defender, easy off the glass. The Eagles move it quickly. Thielen Kerstad, he's got another bucket. He just sunk a three-pointer. Had no points about a minute ago. Now he's already up to 7. About a half-second difference between shot and game clock here on the floor. And Thielen Kerstead trying to get greedy, a real cager defender there for the Eagles. Not letting Kerrigan get any spacing, who now takes the screen, sets up the triple on this side of the floor. Misses it all. 8 seconds to go in the first quarter. Up ahead, the Eagles move it quickly, and Thielen Kerstead cannot reel it in. It goes out of bounds, and that seems to be the go-to play for the Wall Eagles here tonight. Just outrun everybody, throw it down the floor, and get an easy bucket. You wonder how long they can keep that up. Of course, they are athletes. And full court pressure so that Freeman can't get an easy shot. It gets into the hands of the Eagles. Kerstead gets the bucket and the foul. He's got 9 points and a chance for 10 as we close out our first quarter. The and one bucket. I mean, kind of the nightmare scenario for the Flyers to close out the quarter. They had 4.5 seconds on the inbound pass, just straight into the hands of the Eagles. You get it quick to your leading scorer. He gets it in, and the foul that goes against. Well, they haven't updated on the scoreboard. Kerstead misses it, and that will wrap up our first set of action. After 8 minutes, it is 19-18. The Freeman Flyers with a 1-point lead over the Wall Eagles. We'll return in a bit here on 5 Star streaming on YouTube and Fox Sports Radio 101.5 AM 1570.
This is your invitation to thrive in Yankton, South Dakota. Nestled on the bluffs of the Missouri River, plenty of outdoor adventures are waiting. Whether you work remote or in a traditional office, we have a spot for you. Quality health care, diverse manufacturing, progressive school system, Mount Marty University, and so much more. Explore with family and friends. Let's thrive together.
When it comes to sports teams and players, they can do more when they have the best equipment. This also applies to manufacturing and agriculture. For 75 years, Vermeer Manufacturing has been equipping the world to do more. Vermeer is growing and is looking to fill positions in production. If you're looking, Vermeer is hiring and offering a great starting wage, great benefits, and a great workplace. Start your career with Vermeer, a proud sponsor of the Freeman students.
After our first quarter, it's 19-18 with the Flyers in the lead. A tight one to open our night here. 8 minutes in, 8 minutes to go in the first half. The second quarter will start with the Wall Eagles in possession. Inbounding it here, Thielen Kerstead. On the far side, now they move it into the lane. Back up top it goes Emmett Dinger for the lead. Emmett Dinger puts his team up 2 after they just trailed by 1 moments ago. David Walter now on the far side decides to answer the 3, and it rims out. Up ahead, moving quickly. Dinger has it, takes a dribble. Walter is able to knock it out and hits it out of bounds. Either way, it was going out of bounds one way or another. They'll say it was down on the baseline. Eagles get it in, and Jace Moore now with it, hands it off to Thielen Kerstead. Kerstead rises up above into the lane, but the shot falls into the hands of Taden Kerrigan. Kerrigan works his way down the floor. Flyers looking for their first bucket of the second quarter here as Luke Miller moves it to Luke Peters. Peters tries bringing it baseline, loses the basketball, whistles will blow, and I think Wall, maybe Thielen Kerstead had his foot on the line when he grabbed the basketball, so it'll stay on this side of the floor. Inbound gets in. Now to Tate Sorensen near the free throw line. Picked up his dribble, finds David Walter. Walter drives with it, floats it up and in. David Walter, his first field goal of the game, ties it up 21 apiece here. 6:50 to play in our first half. The Eagles with it in a tie ball game. Onto the near side, it goes to Jace Moore. Thielen Kerstad now with it. Works it up top as he is defended by Tate Sorensen. Sorensen giving him no space, but he does find an open shooter. Emmett Dinger misses it all. Rebound was Tate Sorensen, but stripped free. Dawson Hancock bounced it into Emmett Dinger, and back for the lead here are the Eagles. 6:12 to go in the second quarter, 23-21. The Eagles lead this. Driving with it, Kerrigan nearly had the tricky shot as it was knocked out of his hands and just tried getting it up still. David Walter, the offensive rebound, his next attempt no good. Eagles sprint it down the floor and set back up on offense. With it, Thielen Kerstad steps it back, no. The Eagles like to run. They fly up and down the floor. On this side of the floor, an off-ball foul for Thielen Kerstad, I believe, yes. That is his first, as he and his teammate Emmett Dinger have combined for 19 of their team's 23. 23-21 your score with Freeman trailing and with possession of the basketball here. Walter lofts it near half court. Kerrigan rises up and brings it in. Luke Peters gives it to Walter. Walter finds some space, baseline, lays it in for two more, and Walter's got something cooking here as he gets up to 8 points in this one. On the other side, a quick near answer from Jace Moore, but he is fouled with free throws on the way. Luke Peters, the foul, and that will be his second personal. The team's first. We've only got 2 fouls in the second quarter here, 1 on each side. First free throw is in as Jace Moore yet again puts his team on top. Checking in here for the Flyers is Taylor Goodwin. A 1-point lead for the Eagles, 24-23 with 5.5 to go in our first half. And now, after 2 made free throws, 25-23. David Walter will jog the basketball down the floor. And Freeman, who trails 2, looks to knot it up, maybe even take the lead. Sorensen now gives it up. Walter. Walter is fouled, and it'll go against Dawson Hancock. Eagles won an offensive foul on David Walter. They're saying he's hooking the defender, not giving him an opportunity to defend, but it will be a defensive foul. Inbound gets in, wide open look. Taylor Goodwin, money for the 3. His second of the game already here tonight. Puts his team up 26-25, under 5 to go in our first half. The Eagles moving quickly. A great bounce pass into Thielen Kerstad. He just couldn't quite bring it in, as that will send us into our second media timeout and the lone one of this quarter. We'll return in 30 seconds. It's 26-25. Freeman currently leading Wall.
CHS Farmers Agronomy is a leading ag company based in Freeman and Parkston that offers a wide range of agronomy services, including crop protection, crop nutrients, and seed products. Energy solutions provided are propane, refined fuels, and lubricants, as well as animal nutrition and equipment services. CHS Farmers Alliance Agronomy offers comprehensive solutions for farmers, including cash bids, future trading, and grain contracts. Download the MyCHS app to stay up to date on important info. CHS Farmers Allegiance Agronomy in Freeman and Parkston is a proud sponsor of this sports broadcast.
4:54 to go in the first half. It's 26-25. Freeman currently leading the Wall Eagles. For complete coverage, updated scores, and photos of the high school basketball championships, visit stpb.org/basketball. All the games will be broadcast live on television on STPB 1, 2, and 3 TV. For updated content, check out STPB Sports on social media. Couldn't do these basketball games without our Freeman sponsors. Those include Merchant State Bank, Rural Manufacturing, Freeman Shopping Center, Freeman Lumber, Golden West Telecommunications, Core Trust Bank, Vermeer, CHS Agronomy, Hoots Bar and Grill, and Yankton Thrive. It is Freeman basketball as they lead the way by 1 point at nearing the halfway point of our second quarter. David Walter crosses it over, steps it back, now makes a move into the lane, hands it out. Luke Miller to the top of the key. Picks up his dribble and into the hands of Taylor Goodwin, who's got 6 points off the bench already tonight. Finds an open Luke Miller, swings it, Kerrigan, three-pointers up, and it was halfway down before popping out. No score on this side. On the side for the Eagles, it's up and in. Jace Moore drove straight to the rack, puts it in for his 4th points of the game. 27-26, Wall now leads over the Flyers. David Walter bounces it in. Tate Sorensen wants to do some post work down low. Instead, he'll be forced to kick it out to Luke Miller beyond the perimeter. Relents it to David Walter. His 3 off target, and again off to the races here for the Eagles. Thielen Kerstad puts in the bucket and takes a foul with him. The and 1 bucket for Kerstad, who's crossed into double-digit points here off of a 30-point performance last night. His team now leads 29-26 with 3:52 to go in our second quarter. Foul was called against Taden Kerrigan. That is his first of the night. Team second has both teams with 2 fouls halfway through our second quarter. Kerstad rattles it in for 1, and the 3-point play a success. Kerrigan moves it down the floor and hits the Wolves logo. Gives it up to David Walter. Now Tate Sorensen takes the screen, lofts up a triple, put too much on it. Taden Kerrigan gets the offensive rebound. Now Luke Miller, the spinning fade, no. David Walter, the offensive rebound, rises up. He gets a good look and can't finish it. Multiple good looks, and the Eagles move it down the floor quickly. Moore scores it again, and another 3-point play opportunity. 32-26. The Eagles with their largest lead of the night as Jace Moore with a couple of buckets in the last minute of game time. The foul goes against Taylor Goodwin, his first personal. Team's now 3rd of the quarter. Jace Moore can't get the first one to fall through. And the last one, as it was a 3-point opportunity on the N1. Flyers here with it yet again, and David Walter with it brings it up to the 3-point line where he is stopped. The defender glued onto him. Taylor Goodwin, now Walter. Walter wants to drive with it, and he gets cut off down below the basket. Pass is tipped, and the Eagles an opportunity here as Thielen Kerstad can't finish it at the hoop. The Eagles crowd might have come unglued if that one dropped and put their team up 8. Under 3 minutes to play in the first half, 2:40 to go, 32-26. Wall currently on top of Freeman. David Walter, some spacing, finds himself doubled up and tosses it up top. Taylor Goodwin now over to Tate Sorensen. He hesitated on the 3 and pulled the trigger anyways as it drops and brings his team back within a 1-possession game. Jace Moore drives with it, dishes it, and what a find! Younger Amiot. On the inbound, ball was bobbled into the hands of the Eagles. The 3, no good. Walter the rebound. Walter with rebound number 7. He might find himself with a first half double-double as he's got 8 points as well. Walter behind the back trying to get around the defender. Hands it off here. Luke Miller gets it right back on the baseline, and a foul on the Eagles. That one will go against Trevor Schultz. A senior forward for his team. Listed as a forward, only 6 feet flat. Three teams on each side now, as it will be an inbound for Freeman. 1 minute, 54 seconds to play in our first half of action, and a 5-point lead for the Eagles, 34-29. Off of the foul, a fresh shot clock. Quick inbound to Tate Sorensen. No good on his attempt. Walter got the initial. Count the bucket, and he's got a foul. David Walter inches closer to a double-double. He's got 10 points, a chance for 11 with his free throw on the way as we watch the replay on 5-Star streaming on YouTube. Walter picked up his 8th rebound and his 10th point of the game. Walter was one I said I'd like to see a big performance, and he certainly has done the job here. His free throw is left short, and our score remains the same, 34-31 with Wall on top. A high-scoring one here at the tournament, which we haven't seen too many high-scoring games. With it, Thielen Kerstad dishes it out. Now a running floater off target from the hands of Jace Moore. And who else but Walter to bring in the rebound. One more, and he's got a first-half double-double. Walter has a defender on him all the way out at the half-court line. A pick and roll to Tate Sorensen, but the thing is, on the roll, only got him up to the three-point line. Now Luke Peters gets around the initial defender, fouled on the attempt. And that's a foul I kind of like from the defender. You knew there was no chance of that one ending up going in, as Jace Moore picks up a foul.
And that foul puts the Flyers in the bonus for the last minute and 8 seconds of this quarter.
Could very much impact how this first half plays out. Peters, the first free throw, rattles around and can't fall through. David Walter will take a seat on the bench. As one more free throw attempt coming here for Luke Peters, who missed the front half. Next one, no good as well, and our score remains the same, 34-31. And the Eagles a 3-point lead as we cross the 1-minute mark here in the first half. With it, Thielen Kerstad rises up, can't get it to fall, fight for the rebound, ends up with Tate Sorensen and the Flyers. Kerrigan moves the ball down the floor, swings it out to Luke Miller. Now up top it goes. Kerrigan drives it down low, gets a little spacing, fades it off, and too much on it. About a 1-second difference between shot and game clock. Eagles could take the final shot of our first half here, and they intend to do just that. Jace Moore brings it back out near the half-court line. You'll want to keep it here, by the way, during our halftime for all of the stats and game trends of what we've seen here tonight. Thielen Kerstad makes a move, drives to the lane, it's stripped free, 9 seconds, and the Flyers a chance for a score. Tate Sorensen works it down the floor, coast to coast, finishes the job. The Eagles get the inbound in, and the three-quarter shot, that's as close as it's gonna get, but it will not fall through. Your halftime score, 34-33. The Wall Eagles on top of the Freeman Flyers by 1 point in the Class B state semifinals. What a game we have on our hands here tonight. Appreciate you tuning in tonight. I'm Zach Spear alongside Nathan Delaney on 5-Star streaming on YouTube and Fox Sports Radio 1015 AM 1570. Winner of this one will advance to the state championship against Castlewood tomorrow night.
1, 2, 3.
We reach across distances so vast. Sometimes they seem impossible, but they're not. And every day we get up and do it all over again. Because we all know that nothing matters more than coming together. Wherever, whenever, however. Connecting you to what matters most. To learn more, visit goldenwest.com/whenever.
Rewarding you for doing everyday things, like buying gas, shopping, and dining local. Does your bank do that? If you're a Core Trust customer, your bank does that. When you open a premium or preferred checking account and meet requirements, you get access to Core Trust perks powered by Bazing, an exclusive network offering 300,000 plus deals and discounts on dining, shopping, travel, fuel, and more. Visit us online, in person, or by phone. Terms and conditions apply. Member FDIC.
Freeman Lumber is a proud sponsor of this sports broadcast and wants you to know that they are very proud of their staff who will assist you with friendly and courteous service. Stop by Freeman Lumber at 104 Main in Freeman. and let them help you with your building needs. Whether it is fencing, windows, siding, roofs, and remodels, or new builds, or just your everyday lumber needs, stop in and deal with someone you know and can trust. That's the folks at Freeman Lumber Co. in Freeman, South Dakota.
The Freeman Shopping Center and Ace Hardware are your one-stop shop in Freeman, South Dakota, where you can literally shop for soup to nuts and everything in between. Freeman Shopping Center is your full-service grocery store with an Ace Hardware as well as the Heritage Pharmacy for all your prescriptions, over-the-counter health needs, and routine immunizations. Need it delivered? Delivery service is available. Freeman Shopping Center and Ace Hardware, along with Heritage Pharmacy, are proud sponsors of this sports broadcast. Best of luck to all area teams.
You'll find Merchant State Bank with locations in Freeman, Hurley, Viborg, and Irene. They offer big bank products with small-town service to meet your financial needs and promote economic growth and stability within the communities they call home. Go to msb-sd.com to browse their website. Merchant State Bank, your hometown banks since 1899. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Rural Manufacturing Company of Freeman is this area's distributor of PWA poly-bulk storage bins that come in several sizes from 1 to 18 ton. PWA bins are very moisture-proof, non-corrosive, and extremely durable, offering a 7-year warranty. Being able to see into the bin gives you the security of a visual feed level. If you have an acreage, check out our pale fill options to feed your animals. Rural Manufacturing of Freeman offers setup and delivery and a variety of accessories to complete your bin. PWA bins are in stock and on display at Rural Manufacturing, or call 605-925-7135 for more details.
And back on the floor as the Coach of the Year award is being announced at center court. Your halftime score 34-33 with the Wall Eagles currently leading the Freeman Flyers. And this has just been a good game, a one-point game, back and forth, lead changes, and everything you could ask for in a good game. Your halftime stats in this one, we'll start with the Wall Eagles. And, well, was trying to hear who won the Coach of the Year, and it is Mark Amdahl. So congratulations.
Mustangs.
Congratulations to Mark, as just wanted to step aside to quick give him his credit as the Coach of the Year here on the floor. And now your halftime stats. Emmett Dinger in this one with 10 points, 4 of 6 shooting, 2 of 3 from downtown, and 4 rebounds. Jace Moore has 6 points, 3 rebounds, and an assist. Thielen Kirstad with 12 points, 1 assist. Carter Sundel with 1 rebound. Trevor Schultz in this, 3 rebounds. And Dawson Hancock has 4 points, 5 rebounds, 2 assists. With Younger Amiot with 2 points in this one off of the bench, but with 3 fouls. That's something to keep an eye on. Your halftime stats for the Freeman Flyers. Tayden Kerrigan with 4 points, 5 rebounds. Those 5 rebounds trailing only David Walter on the team. Luke Miller with 1 rebound. Luke Peters with 4 points, 2 rebounds. Oliver Waltner, 1 point. Tate Sorensen has 5 points, 3 rebounds, and 3 assists. Off of the bench, Taylor Goodwin, a nice start. 6 points off of 2 of 2 shooting from downtown with an assist as well. Tannen Auk with 3 points on his 1 shot attempt. And David Walter leading the team with 10 points, 8 rebounds, and 1 assist. I thought he was at 9 rebounds. He's officially at 8, but certain he can pull in 2 in the second half to try and get himself a double-double, but more importantly, try and get himself a win. Nathan, what have you seen in the first half from each team, and how are the Freemans? How should Freeman try and attack the second half?
The big things that stick out from that first half is when it comes to the bench points right now. They're currently 10-2 in favor of Wall. Wall is putting all their marbles on their top 5 players. When you get towards the end of games, that can start to add up to you. Kerstad has already played 16 minutes. Moore has played 15. Schultz has played 14. Do they have the energy and the ability? They played a game yesterday. They played a lot in the first half. Do they have it in the tank in half number 2? The other thing is they ended this on a 2-minute, 16-second scoring drought, and that's part of the reason why Freeman cut it to 1 before halftime. Can they get back to their game and not let this drought extend into quarter number 3?
And just kind of looking at the numbers between the two teams, nothing really shoots off the paper between the two teams outside of bench points. Freeman with 10 bench points to Wall's only 2, but other than that, for the most part, a pretty even game. Wall shooting 45% from the floor to Freeman's 44%. Then from beyond the arc, 33% for Wall, a very impressive 44% for Freeman. But you look at it, it's 3 of 9 for Wall, 4 of 9 for Freeman, so just one more make in the same amount of attempts. This has been about as evenly matched as it gets. And just a really great game on our hands. And, of course, that's what you expect in the state semifinals. Winner will take on the Castlewood Warriors tomorrow night in the state championship game. And on the floor, another award being handed out for Jeremy Mickelson. As earlier, we saw Mark Amdahl taking home the Coach of Influence Award. And now Jeremy Mickelson at center stage being honored. And a great thing to see, a large crowd here at the Barnett Center at Northern State University in Aberdeen, South Dakota. It's been just a great, fun weekend of basketball, and glad to be here. I'm Zach Spear alongside Nathan Delaney. And a thank you to all of our Freeman sponsors who allow us to come and broadcast these games. Those sponsors include Merchant State Bank, Rural Manufacturing, Freeman Shopping Center, Freeman Lumber, Golden West Telecommunications, Core Trust Bank, Vermeer, CHS Agronomy, Hoots Bar and Grill, and Yankton Thrive. And on the floor now, Jordan Opp being recognized, a 25-year official. He spent a lot of time. I'm sure he's seen plenty of these state basketball games. So believe that will wrap up the pomp and circumstance at the half here at the Barnett Center. We'll step aside for a moment. When we return, it'll be the third quarter. 16 minutes in, 16 minutes to go. The Wall Eagles lead the Freeman Flyers. Your score currently 34-33. This is Freeman basketball on 5 Star streaming on YouTube and Fox Sports Radio 101.5 AM 1570.
Want your party to be a hoot? Then have it at Hoots Bar in Freeman, where they are always looking for a great group to party with. The staff at Hoots says stop in and try the selection of beers on tap or use the easy drive-up window for off sale. But the Hoots team would rather see you join them inside. Hoots Bar in Freeman offers darts, lottery, and golf. You can also relax with your cocktail in the outdoor beer garden. Hungry? Order up a delicious Hoots Bar Pizza. Fun, friendly, helpful staff is waiting for you at Hoots Bar in Freeman. See you at Hoots.
This is your invitation to thrive in Yankton, South Dakota. Nestled on the bluffs of the Missouri River, plenty of outdoor adventures are waiting. Whether you work remote or in a traditional office, we have a spot for you. Quality health care, diverse manufacturing, progressive school system, Mount Marty University, and so much more. Explore with family and friends. Let's thrive together.
When it comes to sports teams and players, they can do more when they have the best equipment. This also applies to manufacturing and agriculture. For 75 years, Vermeer Manufacturing has been equipping the world to do more. Vermeer is growing and is looking to fill positions in production. If you're looking, Vermeer is hiring and offering a great starting wage, great benefits, and a great workplace. Start your career with Vermeer, a proud sponsor of the Freeman students.
Rewarding you for doing everyday things, like buying gas, shopping, and dining local. Does your bank do that? If you're a Core Trust customer, your bank does that. When you open a premium or preferred checking account and meet requirements, you get access to Core Trust perks powered by Bazing, an exclusive network offering 300,000 plus deals and discounts on dining, shopping, travel, fuel, and more. Visit us online, in person, or by phone. Terms and conditions apply. Member FDIC.
Freeman Lumber is a proud sponsor of this sports broadcast and wants you to know that they are very proud of their staff who will assist you with friendly and courteous service. Stop by Freeman Lumber at 104 Main in Freeman and let them help you with your building needs, whether it is fencing, windows, siding, roofs, and remodels, or new builds, or just your everyday lumber needs. Stop in and deal with someone you know and can trust. That's the folks at Freeman Lumber Co. in Freeman, South Dakota.
The Freeman Shopping Center and Ace Hardware are your one-stop shop in Freeman, South Dakota, where you can literally shop for soup to nuts and everything in between. Freeman Shopping Center is your full-service grocery store with an Ace Hardware as well as the Heritage Pharmacy for all your prescriptions, over-the-counter health needs, and routine immunizations. Need it delivered? Delivery service is available. Freeman Shopping Center and Ace Hardware, along with Heritage Pharmacy, are proud sponsors of this sports broadcast. Best of luck to all area teams.
And back on the floor. Apologize, we were incorrect that was wrapped up with the awards, as we still had a few to get through, as now the team's officially back onto the floor and warming up before the start of our second half here when the third quarter resumes play. A look at the team stats in this one. Wall is shooting 45% from the floor compared to Freeman at 44%. From downtown, it's 33% for the Eagles and 44% for the Flyers. At the charity stripe, Wall is 3 of 5, which is good for 60%. The Flyers 5 for 9, 56% they shoot. As far as turnovers, a few more for the Flyers. They're at 10, 7 for the Eagles. And the thing is, though, even with those 10 turnovers, Wall only has 4 points off of turnovers. Flyers only have 2. Freeman with 20 rebounds to Wall's 16. 15 defensive to Wall's 13 defensive, and 5 offensive compared to the Eagles' 3. But both with 2 second chance points. Again, most things are pretty even on this outside of bench points, where the Flyers have 10 bench points compared to the 2 for the Eagles. Not a whole lot of differences between these two teams right now, outside of Freeman's kind of had a barrage of different players scoring, with 7 different players all contributing. 5 for Wall, but really, you look at their 2 players have combined for 22 of their 34. And on the flip side for Freeman, David Walter leads the way with 10, and the next most on the team is off the bench, Taylor Goodwin with just 6. So for Freeman, it's been a little bit more of by committee. And for Wall, a couple of players who are just currently having a good game. Halftime is nearly over here, as we've got 10 seconds to go, and then the third quarter will officially get underway. It is 34-33. The Wall Eagles currently lead the Freeman Flyers, entering our third of 4 quarters. With the basketball to open the second half, it will be the Freeman Flyers. For complete coverage, updated scores, and photos of the high school basketball championships, visit sdpb.org/basketball. All the games will be broadcast live on television on SDPB 1, 2, and 3 TV. For updated content, check out SDPB Sports on social media. The Freeman Flyers work it left to right as you watch it on 5-star streaming on YouTube. As down low, David Walter scores it, takes the lead right back. And they're going to call that an and one. Almost thought it was a foul off ball. But David Walter does get the bucket and the foul. What a start for David Walter. Free throw rattles in and out, and diving on the floor are the Eagles. It goes out of bounds. It is Freeman basketball. So Freeman an opportunity to extend their lead early here in the third quarter. Inbound gets into Tate Sorensen. Now David Walter wants to drive with it, swings it out. Luke Miller. And the Flyers will get a good look from range. Kerrigan can't get it to drop through. The Eagles the rebound. Eagles move it right to left. Kerstad, no hesitation, puts it up for three, and it's in. Kerstad has had quite the game. He's up to 15 points now. Luke Peters with it. And the ball is poked free. It's taken away by the Eagles. Moving it down the floor, Trevor Schultz, but then it's stripped away by Luke Peters. Peters brings it down the floor, bounces it down low. Luke Miller, no good on his attempt, put much too much on it. Ball is again up for grabs. Diving on it there is Emmett Dinger, and a timeout is called in time by the Wall Eagles. Coach Kerstad is able to get the timeout to keep possession. It's a 30-second timeout. We'll leave it here. The Eagles currently lead 37-35. 6:52 to go in our third quarter of action. I'm Zach Spear alongside Nathan Delaney. And Nathan, it's already a hectic start to the third quarter of what's already been an exciting game.
It's been back and forth. Nobody able to hold a lead more than about 5 points. This is one that I feel like is going to come down to late in the fourth quarter. Some important shots, if you can make them or not.
So just a minute into the third quarter, and it has been back and forth here. Ball has been put on the floor an awful lot in just a minute and 8 seconds, as the Eagles will open with the basketball here out of the break. They move it down the floor into the hands of Trevor Schultz. He's got it beyond the perimeter, and Jace Moore works with it. Now to Thielen Kerstad at the elbow, gets stopped, and out it goes. Emmett Dinger, he's got another triple. 40-35, the Eagles extend the lead to 5. And they get their fourth triple of the night. David Walter with it, trying to drive with it, rises up. Too much on the shot attempt. He wanted a foul, he's not going to get it. Trevor Schultz has it here for the Eagles, and now Jace Moore steps it back near the half-court line. Thielen Kerstad with the defender in his face, nothing but net. The three falls. And he's got 18 points. 5:55 to go in our third quarter. It's 43-35, the Eagles with their largest lead of the night. Tate Sorensen gives it up to David Walter. The defender got a little greedy. Now Kerrigan in the corner has a shot blocked. Gets his own rebound up ahead to Tate Sorensen, who drives with it and is fouled on the floor before the shot attempt. It had to be one or the other, either travel or a foul. And they're going to say the foul caused the travel. And it will go against Jace Moore. His second personal and our second team foul against Wall of the third quarter. David Walter inbounds it, gets it to Luke Peters. Now Tate Sorensen fakes the three. Back to Peters it goes. They bounce it down low. David Walter bumps a body and puts it in for two more. David Walter has just been a consistent scorer in tonight's game for the Flyers. Pulls his team back within 6. 5:20 to play in our third quarter. 43-37, the Eagles lead it. Thielen Kerstad thought about the triple, decided against it, brings it up to the top of the key. Back and forth, steps it now up to the line. He's money yet again from the range. Kerstad, back-to-back triples. His team leads by 9, and he's up to 21 points. Up top, Luke Miller with it. And now Kerrigan gets it. Got the defender in the air, swings it across. Tate Sorensen, the answer. Money! 46-40, the Flyers bring it within 6, and now David Walter, the steal behind the back, pushes it up the floor to Luke Miller. Miller avoids the steal, gets it in for 2. Wall on the left side of the floor with the basketball. Kerstad drives, floats it up, and can't get it to drop. He finally misses one, and Freeman, who trails 4, a chance to start digging in and make it a one-possession game. Taden Kerrigan bounces it on the far side to Tate Sorensen. Now David Walter goes up, can't get a tough finish to fall. As usual, the Eagles move it down the floor quickly. It goes to the hands of Emmett Dinger. Now cross court, the pass intercepted. Tate Sorensen brings it the other way, gives it up to Luke Miller, takes one step, puts it in for 2, but it won't count. It'll be called a charge, and an offensive foul gives up the basketball to the Eagles. That brings us to our media timeout of the third quarter. 3:48 to go here in the third. It's 46-42. Freeman trails the Wall Eagles. When we return, it's Eagles basketball.
You'll find Merchant State Bank with locations in Freeman, Hurley, Viborg, and Irene. They offer big bank products with small town service to meet your financial needs and promote economic growth and stability within the communities they call home. Go to msb-sd.com to browse their website. Merchant State Bank, your hometown banks since 1899. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Rural Manufacturing Company of Freeman is this area's distributor of PWA poly bulk storage bins that come in several sizes from 1 to 18 ton. PWA bins are very moisture-proof, non-corrosive, and extremely durable, offering a 7-year warranty. Being able to see into the bin gives you the security of a visual feed level. If you have an acreage, check out our pale fill options to feed your animals. Rural Manufacturing of Freeman offers setup and delivery and a variety of accessories to complete your bin. PWA bins are in stock and on display at Rural Manufacturing, or call 605-925-7135 for more detail.
42-46, the Flyers trail the Wall Eagles in the Class B state semifinals. 3:48 to play in the third quarter, and it is Eagles basketball out of the break. This one might come down to the wire, as pretty much all but one game in this tournament so far have come down to only a couple possessions. Castlewood earlier, right before this game, defeated Lyman 28-56. It's the only game that really has not been close. Eagles with it. We're halfway through our third quarter, and Wall leads by 4. Now on to the far side. Working with it, the Eagles. Cross-court pass and a mid-air pass into the corner. Shot way off target from Dawson Hancock, and the Flyers take it over. David Walter with it. He works against Dawson. Hands it off here. Luke Peters wants to drive it into the lane. He stops on a dime. Ball is knocked free, and he would have his dribble, didn't decide to take it. David Walter with it. Up top now, Luke Miller. We cross the 3-minute mark. Kerrigan drives with it, dishes it out. Waltner gets a good look for 2, and it's money. Eagles move it quickly. Thielen Kerstad just rises up. He's unreal. 23 points. He might have back-to-back 30-point games in the state tournament. David Walter is fouled. It's before the shot, and Coach Kerstad of the Eagles has to be pulled back. He is livid and wants the offensive foul, as he might have an argument, Nathan. He might have an argument. But it will remain a defensive foul, and now that is Dawson Hancock's 4th personal foul, and that's why this one's so huge. Inbound gets in and a quick three. High arcing. It swishes in. Pass now taken away. Freeman with the basketball. They trailed by just one. Taden Kerrigan with it. He is stopped in a timeout called here by Coach Lance Freeman of the Flyers to keep possession. Freeman wants a full timeout. We will take that with him. 48-47, Wall leads over Freeman. 2:14 to play here in our third quarter of action.
Want your party to be a hoot? Then have it at Hoots Bar in Freeman, where they are always looking for a great group to party with. The staff at Hoots says stop in and try the selection of beers on tap or use the easy drive-up window for off sale. But the Hoots team would rather see you join them inside. Hoots Bar in Freeman offers darts, lottery, and golf. You can also relax with your cocktail in the outdoor beer garden. Hungry? Order up a delicious Hoots Bar Pizza. Fun, friendly, helpful staff is waiting for you at Hoots Bar in Freeman. See you at Hoots.
Press bang. Like, make that the default mouse position.
This is your invitation to thrive in Yankton, South Dakota. Nestled on the bluffs of the Missouri River, plenty of outdoor adventures are waiting. Whether you work remote or in a traditional office, we have a spot for you. Quality healthcare, diverse manufacturing, progressive school system, Mount Marty University, and so much more. Explore with family and friends. Let's thrive together.
2:14 to go here in the third quarter, and Freeman with a chance to take the lead. David Walter, the up and around. No chance there as the Eagles sprint it down the floor quickly. Ball knocked out of bounds, and it will stay here with the Eagles. Wall refuses to take more than a second to try and get it on offense, and big props here to Nathan trying to keep up on camera. They are not making it easy on him tonight as he runs the stream and the camera here. Inbound gets in and shot is up and no good. Offensive rebound for Wall. They'll get another opportunity here. Emmett Dinger, his second look from the corner three. The second one drops. 51-48, under 2 minutes to go in our third quarter. David Walter dumps it off down low to Waltner, and Waltner can't get it, leaves it short on the jumper. 100 seconds to go in the third quarter before our final 8 minutes. On the running jumper, Trevor Schultz sinks it. And out of nowhere, Wall has put this lead back up to 6. It's 53-47. Flyers looking to end the third quarter on a positive note. David Walter makes a move, drives with it, and he'll be called for the offensive foul. And Nathan maybe feels like it was a little bit of a makeup call from that last one. David Walter picks up his second personal, team's second. 77 seconds to go here in our third quarter of action. 53-47, the Wall Eagles lead over the Freeman Flyers. It is Eagle basketball, and Emmett Dinger with it. He's got 16 tonight. What a game for him so far. Ball is knocked to the floor in a fight for the basketball. We've got a jump. Jump ball favors Wall, and so it will stay on this side of the floor. We could be in for a great final 8 minutes as we've got just over 9 minutes in game time remaining. Inbound gets in as Emmett Dinger just rises up to grab it. Ball knocked free and going the other direction. The Flyers with it, moving quickly. Taden Kerrigan scores it for 2. Kerrigan brings his team back in it. Thielen Kerstad, out of his mind, gets another 3 to drop. Timeout on the floor called by Coach Kerstad of the Wall Eagles. 56-49, Wall leads on top of the Freeman Flyers. Now, both of these teams are going to have 8 minutes and 43 seconds to try and punch their ticket into the state championship game. And these teams know a thing or two about state championships, as Wall, the Eagles, were the state champions in 9A for football. Freeman, with Freeman Academy in Marion, the 9AA state champions for football, both trying to get sent there for boys basketball now. And we've got a good one. Thielen Kerstad just out of his mind right now. 26 points in this one already. And it just seems like he doesn't miss. He's 10 of 18. He's made 5 threes already on the night, and a huge part of the reason why his team is winning.
Like every single time Freeman makes that basket to cut it to a one-score game, immediately on the other end, Wall's popping a three before the shot clock even gets down to 30.
They just are such a fast team. You know, you got to wonder if it comes down to it where they want to chew clock with the lead. You got to wonder how that's going to work with such a fast-moving team. And sometimes it actually is a thing with teams. They struggle to slow it down when they are just a fast-moving team. Of course, we'll just have to see how this one plays out. 43 seconds to go in our third quarter of action. It is Flyer basketball. Luke Peters just has to get it into David Walter. That one got a little dangerous. We already saw a 5-second violation earlier as we've got under 40 seconds to play in our third quarter. Walter between the legs at the free throw line picks up his dribble. Looking for some help, finds it. Luke Peters. Peters into the lane. He's stopped, trying to get it out, and now David Walter fakes the three, drives with it, hands it out. Up top it goes, 11 to shoot yet for the Flyers. Tate Sorensen over the defender! A swish! 56-52. Freeman cuts the deficit. 9 seconds to play in the third quarter. Shot clock is off, and the Eagles with the basketball. Thielen Kerstad with it, hands it out. Now, Jace Moore buries it to end our third quarter of action. What a finish to the quarter. 59-52, the Wall Eagles lead the Freeman Flyers. 8 minutes to play. Winner headed to the state championship game here on 5 Star streaming on YouTube and Fox Sports Radio.
When it comes to sports teams and players, they can do more when they have the best equipment. This also applies to manufacturing and agriculture. For 75 years, Vermeer Manufacturing has been equipping the world to do more. Vermeer is growing and is looking to fill positions in production. If you're looking, Vermeer is hiring and offering a great starting wage, great benefits, and a great workplace. Start your career with Vermeer, a proud sponsor of the Freeman students.
CHS Farmers Agronomy is a leading ag company based in Freeman and Parkston that offers a wide range of agronomy services, including crop protection, crop nutrients, and seed products. Energy solutions provided are propane, refined fuels, and lubricants, as well as animal nutrition and equipment services. CHS Farmers Alliance Agronomy offers comprehensive solutions for farmers, including cash bids, future trading, and grain contracts. Download the MyCHS app to stay up to date on important info. CHS Farmers Allegiance Agronomy in Freeman and Parkston is a proud sponsor of this sports broadcast. 8 minutes to play in this one. Winner headed to the state championship game. Loser will play tomorrow for third place. A quick inbound and it gets in. Kerrigan will score it. His team back within 5 points. An immediate strike from the Flyers, and the Wall Eagles with one of their slower offensive sets. And what I mean is they've taken more than 3 seconds off the clock before taking a shot. Thielen Kerstad moves it up top to Jace Moore. Now to the hands it moves Trevor Schultz. Works its way around a few different players. Moore, his shot attempt, no good. Tate Sorensen the rebound. Flyers move it down the floor quickly, but now will slow it down on offense. Kerrigan gives it up, Luke Miller. Now it goes Luke Peters. Peters bounces it to Walter. Walter jab step, gets into the lane, goes up, left it short, no good on the attempt. Walter got a good look at the hoop and just unfortunately couldn't get it to drop through. On the other side, Emmett Dinger wants another triple, won't get this one. Sorensen the rebound yet again. Under 7 minutes to play in our game. David Walter drives at baseline, gets cut off, out to Peters it goes. Now Kerrigan gets a good look, the three falls! Kerrigan has his team within 2, and he's got double-digit scoring. 3 of the Freeman Flyers with more than 10 points, with Kerrigan, Tate Sorensen, and David Walter. The Eagles now with the basketball and a 2-point lead, 59-57, 6.5 to play. The answer from Emmett Dinger rounds out, no. Ball was rebounded by the Flyers and then a steal. The shot no good and the ball is anyone's to grab. The Flyers end up with it moving quickly. Tate Sorensen is bumped, doesn't score it. That one I thought for sure was dropping, but it is a foul. And free throws coming up here. Tate Sorensen a chance to tie this one up at the stripe. Flyers have shot 10 free throws, Wall 5. The foul against Jace Moore. Sorensen, his first free throw attempt of the game, falls in. It's a 1-point game here with 6:14 to play. Next one bounces around and the kind iron knocks this one up here. 59 apiece. 6 minutes to go in the game. A bounce pass down low. Shot swatted out of bounds. A great look for the Eagles and just thrown out by the Flyers on defense as we watch the replay on 5-star streaming on YouTube. Eagles still with it on offense. Emmett Dinger pump fake the three. Drives a baseline. Pass is taken away by Tate Sorensen. Sorensen stops right on the half-court line and might have gotten away with a backcourt violation. David Walter knocks in the three, though, and makes them pay. 62-59. Flyers back on top with under 6 minutes to play. Thielen Kerstad across the court. Emmett Dinger, the tie. Yes! The answer, Emmett Dinger. What a game. 5.5 to go. It's tied up at 62 apiece. Tate and Kerrigan works the ball down the floor. They bounce it to Tate Sorensen. Down low, the pass swatted and into the hands of the Eagles. Wall moves it down the floor quickly and a bad pass. Freeman able to get on it. Diving on it there as Luke Peters calls the timeout. And it will send us to a break. The Flyers have tied it up at 62 apiece. 5:08 to play when we return here.
1, 2, 3.
We reach across distances so vast. Sometimes they seem impossible, but they're not. And every day we get up and do it all over again. Because we all know that nothing matters more than coming together. Wherever, whenever, however. Connecting you to what matters most. To learn more, visit goldenwest.com/whenever.
These are the games you can only hope to get to be a part of, and it's been fun. I'm Zach Spear alongside Nathan Delaney on 5-star streaming on YouTube and Fox Sports Radio. The Wall Eagles and Freeman Flyers knotted up at 62 apiece with 5:08 to play in our game. For complete coverage, updated scores, and photos of the high school basketball championships, visit sdpb.org/basketball. All the games will be broadcast live on television on SDPB 1, 2, and 3 TV. For updated content, check out SDPB Sports on social media. 5 minutes to try to punch your ticket into the state championship game. What do you need to do well to close it out, Nathan?
You got to keep doing what you're doing offensively. Obviously, Wall already beat the amount of points they scored yesterday. Freeman 1 point away from that 63 mark from yesterday. Defensively, you got to play better. You got to close down shooters. Make these shots uncomfortable.
Both teams at the 62-point mark, and to open our fourth quarter of action, the Flyers will start with it. Kerrigan sprints it down the floor, and not the start of our fourth quarter, but out of the break, I should say. David Walter with it. Hesitates, drives it, hops into the lane, scores it! David Walter up to 17 points in this one. 19, excuse me. Had 17, now 19. The far side court pass, Emmett Dinger now to Jace Moore. Moore gives it up to Schultz, who bounces out. Thielen Kerstad from NBA range, just a tad short. Kerrigan got the rebound, had some trouble, was able to get it over to David Walter, and the Flyers able to set up on offense. Tate Sorensen, his triple, off target it goes. Wall wanted the travel, didn't get it, but no harm, no foul as the shot didn't drop. Emmett Dinger for the lead! The Eagles back on top, 65-64 as we cross the halfway mark of our fourth quarter of action. The Flyers down one with 4 minutes to do everything they can to play for a state title tomorrow night. Luke Peters gives it up top to David Walter. Walter leads his team with 19 and drives, dishes it out Peters. Peters with some spacing brings it in. Now out to Sorensen. He wants the lead, won't get it. 3.5 to play, 65-64, Eagles lead it. Trevor Schultz drives a high up shot, no. Luke Miller the rebound, and every possession from here on out, so important and crucial to this one. Up ahead, Luke Peters will give it to Tate Sorensen, trying to work down low in the post, and a foul going to be called on the Eagles. Something to note, no fouls on Freeman in this game, as Trevor Schultz picks up his second personal and the team's second only as well. That brings us to our final media timeout of the night. 3:13 to play, 65-64. The Wall Eagles lead the Freeman Flyers. When we return, a great game.
Rewarding you for doing everyday things, like buying gas, shopping, and dining local. Does your bank do that? If you're a Core Trust customer, your bank does that. When you open a premium or preferred checking account and meet requirements, you get access to Core Trust perks powered by Bazing, an exclusive network offering 300,000 plus deals and discounts on dining, shopping, travel, fuel, and more. Visit us online, in person, or by phone. Terms and conditions apply. Member FDIC.
Freeman Lumber is a proud sponsor of this sports broadcast and wants you to know that they are very proud of their staff who will assist you with friendly and courteous service. Stop by Freeman Lumber at 104 Main in Freeman and let them help you with your building needs, whether it is fencing, windows, siding, roofs, and remodels, or new builds, or just your everyday lumber needs. Stop in and deal with someone you know and can trust. That's the folks at Freeman Lumber Co. in Freeman, South Dakota.
Back to the floor, 65-64. The Wall Eagles currently lead the Freeman Flyers. Freeman with the basketball, moving it on the right side of the floor. Inbounding is Kerrigan, fires it in to Tate Sorensen. It moves around and now down low. Kerrigan into the lane, spins it, gets a look, left-handed layup up and in. The Flyers take the lead. 66-65, and it's taken the other way. Luke Peters, no one to beat, takes it himself. 68-65, a huge play by Luke Peters, the senior guard. For the tie, way downtown, the shot won't fall for Dinger. Offensive rebound, Wall another opportunity. Moore can't get it to drop, and Luke Miller the rebound. Luke Miller finds himself tied up, and I believe he just got fouled. That is now the third foul on the Eagles of the quarter. Still none on Freeman. Thielen Kerstad, his second personal. 68-65, a high scorer here tonight. The Flyers in the driver's seat. Luke Miller up ahead, finds David Walter. Walter works it against Younger Amiot. Picks it up now to Peters. Peters down low, Kerrigan, no good on the attempt. Fight for the rebound and a foul, I believe, on David Walter. Walter got a little greedy, wanted that rebound. Instead picks up his third of the night. Now 3 fouls with only 2 minutes to play, not a big concern. The only player with more right now is Dawson Hancock of the Wall Eagles, who currently has 4. Wall will slow things down and bring it down the floor off of the inbound. They can tie it or bring it within one with a score. Up top it moves to Jace Moore. Now for the tie, Thielen Kerstad put too much on it. Rebound for the Flyers and a foul on Wall. That is their fourth team foul. And now no fouls to give before the Flyers will have bonus free throws for the remainder of our fourth. I'd say remainder of the game, but there is a good chance this one goes to overtime as we've got a one-possession game under 2 minutes to play. Luke Miller to inbound it, gets it in, David Walter. The Flyers a chance to really capitalize and take over this game here. They lead 3 with 1:45 to go. Walter drives it on the far side, gets down low, fouled again. Walter heads to the free throw line. One made free throw makes it a two-possession game and would give Walter his 20th points of the night. And now Younger Amiot has picked up his fourth personal foul in the game, and Freeman is officially in the bonus for the remainder of our quarter. Walter, his first free throw, no good. His point total stays at 19, and it remains a one-possession game. $1:40 to go in this one. 68-65, Flyers in the lead. It is certainly not over here, though. At the line, Walter goes 0 for 2, and it stays a three-point game. Schultz with it for Wall, kicks it out. Emmett Dinger, the tie, rims around, no. Wall is really going for the tie. A lot of triples fired. And surprised to not see them just try and dig in and maybe get a good look down low. Walter walks it down the floor. Working against Dawson Hancock. Out it moves to Peters. Now with it, Tate Sorensen. And I believe a timeout on the floor for Coach Friesen of the Flyers. It's a 60-second timeout, and before we send it to break, I'd like to thank our sponsors of this game. That include Merchant State Bank, Rural Manufacturing, Freeman Shopping Center, Freeman Lumber, Golden West Telecommunications, Core Trust Bank, Vermeer, CHS Agronomy, Hoots Bar and Grill, and Yankton Thrive. This is Freeman Basketball on 5-Star Streaming and Fox Sports Radio.
The Freeman Shopping Center and Ace Hardware are your one-stop shop in Freeman, South Dakota, where you can literally shop for soup to nuts and everything in between. Freeman Shopping Center is your full-service grocery store with an Ace Hardware as well as the Heritage Pharmacy for all your prescriptions, over-the-counter health needs, and routine immunizations. Need it delivered? Delivery service is available. Freeman Shopping Center and Ace Hardware, along with Heritage Pharmacy, are proud sponsors of this sports broadcast. Best of luck to all area teams.
Back on the floor, we've got 67 seconds to play. Freeman leads it 68-65, and they've got possession of the basketball. Wall does not need to foul. Has plenty of time. 15 seconds on the shot clock for Freeman. Ball bounces off of David Walter. Moving the other direction. The Eagles no good on the first attempt, but a foul on the shot attempt. Free throws coming up for Wall. As Luke Peters now picks up his third personal. This one coming down to the final possession. You can just feel it. First one drops. It's a two-point game. It was off of the inbound pass. The Flyers turn it over. And now the next attempt, no good. Walter reels it in, and he's got himself a 19-point double-double with under a minute to go in our game. 68-66, Flyers lead with the basketball. 52 seconds to play. Walter makes a move, kicks it out. Luke Peters pump fakes, drives into the lane, finds some spacing, high up, puts it up, no good. Luke Miller, offensive rebound, gets the second chance points. The Flyers cross 70 and lead by 4. 35 seconds to play, it's 70-66. On the far side, Thielen Kerstad wedges it. He wedged it in between, and that will lead us right into a timeout. So it will be a jump ball with the wedge, and the possession arrow right now favors the Eagles, so it should stay with Wall out of our break. But a timeout on the floor called here. 30.3 seconds to play. It is 70-66. The Wall Eagles trailing the Freeman Flyers. Freeman is half a minute away from sending it to the championship game against the Castlewood Warriors, which we will have coverage of on 5-Star streaming on YouTube and Fox Sports Radio 101.5 AM 1570. Appreciate you tuning in tonight. I'm Zach Spear alongside Nathan Delaney. 30 seconds when we return. .3 seconds on the game clock here to close this one out. Every second important from here on out. It is Eagles basketball after the ball was wedged into the iron. That means a jump ball, and possession arrow favors the Wall Eagles. Inbound gets in, Emmett Dinger, and back on offense here. Whistle blows, and Dinger stepped out of bounds. Emmett Dinger stepped out and turns it over. It's Freeman basketball, and now the Eagles will be forced to foul. Inbound gets in to David Walter, and he's headed to the free throw line. On the foul, it was Emmett Dinger, just his first of the game. By the way, he and Thielen Kerstad have combined for 48 of the team's 66. Walter swishes in the first free throw. He's up to a 20-point double-double in tonight's game. What a performance from the sophomore, who is moments away from heading to his first state championship game. Walter, 2 for 2. It is a 6-point game. The ball was rolled. Luke Peters dives on it. And a foul on Luke Peters. And looked like Peters got on the ball right away. But it will be Luke Peters' 4th personal. Only the 3rd team foul, so, didn't really hurt Freeman too bad here. Wall will just be forced to re-inbound essentially, and now they've got to be careful with it as it was nearly taken away. With it, Thielen Kerstad sprints it down the floor, banks it in for 2. Kerstad banks it in. He is 2 points shy of a 30-point game in the state semifinals. 72-68, and we will take this one just because it's a full timeout. We'll take a 30-second break. When we return, the final 19.5 seconds to go on 5-Star streaming on YouTube and Fox Sports Radio.
You'll find Merchant State Bank with locations in Freeman, Hurley, Viborg, and Irene. They offer big bank products with small-town service to meet your financial needs and promote economic growth and stability within the communities they call home. Go to msb-sd.com to browse their website. Merchant State Bank, your hometown banks since 1899. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
We are moments away from deciding who will play in the state championship game. 72-68, the Flyers lead it. They need to inbound it, and they need to make free throws. That can result in a win for them here tonight.
So, if you are the Wall Eagles right now, do you foul immediately or do you go for the trap and make them cross half court?
With it being 10 seconds, I think you might have to. That's a great call. That's a great question, Nathan. I personally think you got to foul right away. You just don't have enough time to give up 10 seconds. On the inbound here, Luke Peters with it. Gets it in, it was Luke Miller on the inbound, and he gets it in to Luke Peters, who is fouled immediately, sent to the free throw line. By the way, the Eagles out of timeouts here, so Coach Kerstad pretty much just had to tell his team, here's the game plan. You just have to go out and execute.
Freeman right now, though, 9 for 16 from the free throw line so far today, so these aren't guarantees.
Peters, first of two, yes. Puts his team up 5. Now he can't make it any more than a 2-possession game, but 6 points feels a lot better than 4. 18.8 seconds to play here. 73-68, Freeman leads. Peters short on the next one, gets his own rebound. Luke Peters gets his own rebound. Kerrigan now fouled and will be sent to the line. That might be the icing on the cake, and we might be all wrapped up here. If free throws can drop for Kerrigan, a 3-possession game with 16.5 seconds, you probably just can't get that done. 2 free throws can make this a 7-point lead for the Flyers. Castlewood probably watching this game closely to see who they play tomorrow night in the championship. Kerrigan extends the lead to 6. For the 3-possession lead, Kerrigan leaves it short. Just a slight sliver of hope here now. On the other side, Wall just launching it, bank not open. Offensive rebound, another opportunity. Thielen Kerstad puts it in for 2 with 5 seconds remaining. Luke Miller can inbound it, and that wraps it up. The Freeman Flyers are headed to the state championship game. The Freeman crowd goes wild. 74-70. The Flyers have advanced to the state title game that will take place tomorrow night against the Castlewood Warriors. The Wall Eagles will take on the Lyman Raiders tomorrow at 5 for 3rd place in the state. Tomorrow we'll have live coverage of Viborg Hurley at 11 a.m. and then coverage tomorrow night at 6:45 of the Freeman and Castlewood championship game. Both will be on 5 Star streaming on YouTube, and both will be on Fox Sports Radio 1015 AM 1570. The Freeman Flyers in the state championship game. Here are your final game stats. Tayden Kerrigan with 14 points, 9 rebounds, and 2 assists. Luke Miller with 4 points and 5 rebounds. Luke Peters, 10 points, 3 rebounds, and 2 assists. David Walter finishes with 21 points and 10 rebounds, as well as 1 assist. Tate Sorensen, a nice game, 13 points, 7 rebounds, and 5 assists. Taylor Goodwin, 6 points and an assist. Oliver Waltner, 3 points in this one, and Tannen Auk also with 3 points in this one. On the flip side, leading the way, another 30-point performance for Thielen Kerstad, who had 30 points, along with Emmett Dinger, who had 22. The two combined for 52. Add in Jace Moore, who had 10, and there's 62 of the team's 70 total. 3 players who really tried to get it done here tonight. Your closing remarks here, Nathan.
Freeman, they had a goal. Their goal was to get to the state championship. They got that opportunity. Now they get to play tomorrow for the state championship. For Wall, a great effort. They ran up and down the court. They gave Freeman everything they had and more. It just wasn't enough in the end.
Your final score, 74-70. with the Freeman Flyers advancing after defeating the Wall Eagles. Again, we'll have coverage of Viborg Hurley at their 11 a.m. 7th place game tomorrow morning, and then we'll stick around and be here for the state championship game with the Castlewood Warriors and the Freeman Flyers. That game is set to start at 6:45. We'll be live 10 to 15 minutes beforehand right here on 5 Stars streaming on YouTube and Fox Sports Radio 1015 AM 1570. For the final time here tonight, I'm Zach Spear alongside Nathan Delaney. Have yourself a great rest of your night, and we will chat with you for 2 great games tomorrow.